Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Jazzy RN. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. The goal of my channel is to help nurses pivot from the bedside to remote work. I have 3 jobs for you that are with United Health Group. The first one is a telephonic nurse practitioner. This job is part-time, and if you have a license in Ohio, Missouri, Wisconsin, or Indiana, those licenses are required. This job has a $10,000 sign-on bonus for external candidates. Telephonic after-hours call, evenings, nights, and rotating weekends required. This job is part-time, which is 20 hours per week. I go straight to the qualifications. Even if you don't meet every single qualification, I still suggest that you apply. They want you to have a Master of Science in Nursing or Doctor of Nursing Practice degree, active unrestricted license in the state you reside, as well as states of Ohio, Missouri, Indiana, or Wisconsin, and ability to obtain in other required locations. I'm going to skip all these bullet points. There are plenty, and you can read at your leisure. They also require you to have certification in one of the following, which is family nurse practitioner, adult nurse practitioner, gerontology nurse practitioner, or adult gerontology acute care nurse practitioner. They want you to have a current active DEA licensure, prescriptive authority, or ability to obtain post-hire per state regulations, ability to work scheduled shifts in accordance with scheduling policies, and proficient computer skills, including the ability to document medical information with written and electronic medical records. The pay for this job is 109 to 164,000 per year. The second job, this is for Massachusetts and New York licenses. It has the same exact requirements as the previous job, as well as the pay is 109,000 to 264,000 per year. This is for nurses with the Florida license. This job is also full-time. The second 2 jobs are full-time. The one for Massachusetts and New York licenses and the one for Florida licenses, and has the exact same qualifications, which is the master's degree in science in nursing or doctor of nursing practice. And the pay for this job is also 109,000 to 164,000 per year. Sprinter Health has several positions available for nurse practitioners. I will have the links in the description box below. They have one for nurses in Louisiana licenses, Ohio, Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, California, Michigan, North Carolina, Oklahoma again, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Mississippi, Illinois, Kentucky, and you can see so on and so forth. I will have the link to this website in the description box below. So the job we're going to focus on is the nurse practitioner job for Louisiana licensed nurses. This job is full-time. The compensation is 110,000 to 115,000 per year. You must be board certified as a family nurse practitioner, active family nurse practitioner license in Louisiana. They also want you to have strong written and verbal communication skills, ability to work independently or in a team environment, and pass national background check and valid clinical license search. Eleanor Health has multiple positions available for nurse practitioners. As you can see here, they have one for Texas, Ohio, North Carolina, New Jersey, and Louisiana. I'm going to go over one job for you. This job is a psychiatric nurse practitioner. They want you to have a current, active, unencumbered Texas Advanced Practice Nurse license, a MSN or higher, active DEA registration for controlled substances, current national certification as psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, mission-driven and motivated to join an organization that will transform the way we deliver accessible, evidence-based, and clinically excellent care in the substance use disorder space, ability to work across teams and functions, self-starter, who quickly identifies what needs to be done and takes ownership, and you're comfortable with ambiguity and taking on a variety of tasks as needed. This job pays 130 to 140,000 per year at a full-time 40-hour per week work week. If you go to the description box below, you will see a link, and this link will bring you to a website I created called Cure the Bedside Burnout. Now, this will give you a list of over 90 companies that hires nurses to work remotely, and not only for nurses in the United States working for United States companies, but also international companies, companies in Australia, Canada, the Philippines, and more. And you can scroll down to see all the lists of these companies. Also, if you are viewing this on your computer, you'll see at the very top of the screen where you can go to my Udemy course, Office Essentials, FAQs, and resume tips. Or if you're viewing this on your cell phone, these navigation links will be at the bottom of the screen on your cell phone. Also, the next link I have is a list of resume tips. So on the left-hand side, as you see, you should add platforms to your resume. That includes Epic, of course, Microsoft Office, if you know Cerner, Protouch, Meditech, etc. Whatever software you use at your current job and previous jobs, add that to your resume to make your resume more tech savvy. Also, write your resume with this in mind: what you did, why it's important, and how it relates to the job that you want. I have seen resumes sent to me on LinkedIn, and the nurses who create their resumes, they add the labor intensive work they do at the bedside. That is not related to what you'll do as a remote nurse. Of course, it's great you can start IVs, bedside. What is it called? This is great that you can start. It's great you can start IVs, but you won't be starting IVs at the It's great you can start IVs, but you won't be starting IVs if you're working remotely. You want to focus on your tech savvy skills, documentation skills, the software that you know, being able to flow between program to program, whatever information that is provided on the job description, you want to promote which you do at the bedside that is related to that job description. And here's an example right here where it says skill in electronic health record documentation to provide insurance payer data to determine medical necessity. Also, on the right-hand side, this is a layout of how my resume looks. Now, the education is very important, and then professional experience. And make sure you have your current job in present tense and your previous jobs in past tense. And of course, you want to make sure you add platforms used because you want your resume to look tech savvy. And this next part of the resume tips is basically what a bedside nurse does versus what an insurance nurse does. Below that are examples of what you can add to your resume. And you actually can copy and paste some of these things if you choose to do so onto your resume. And then below that, make sure if you are fortunate enough to get an interview that you are mentally prepared to provide real world examples of what you provided on your resume. And then below that, this is where you can go to get Interqual and MCG training. Now, I'm not being paid to promote Interqual or MCG certification, but if you want your resume to look more marketable for, let's say, a utilization management or clinical review role, this may be an option for you to help you get your foot into the door. And below that is some job search tips. So let's say you're always using LinkedIn, and let's say your job appears, but the job is 5 hours old, and the job already has 100 plus applicants. What you can do is go to the company website and look for Join Our Talent Network. Join the Talent Network, get tailored job recommendations based on your interests, and you can get the jobs that are based on your interests emailed directly to you. So instead of waiting on LinkedIn for a job to appear or doom scrolling on LinkedIn, you can just set up these job alerts. That way the jobs will appear in your email before the jobs actually appear in LinkedIn. Ophelia is hiring for several positions, and these are all nurse practitioner positions. So as you can see here, we have a Delaware licensed nurse, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, and so this first one, this is for Delaware nurse practitioners. This job is telehealth nurse practitioner or physician assistant, remote for Delaware licenses. So you must be board certified nurse practitioner or physician assistant, active DEA license, schedule 3N 4-5, or willingness to obtain a DEA upon receiving a job offer with Ophelia, and you're fully licensed to practice in Delaware. Additional licenses in New Jersey, New York, Virginia, and Maryland are a plus. And here are the required skills. You can also read this at your leisure. And the salary for this job is $110,000 $225,000 per year. K Health is hiring a weekends family nurse practitioner for Virginia. This job requires you to have 5 years of clinical practice experience as a family nurse practitioner in a primary care setting, licensed in Virginia, board certified family nurse practitioner, must have a minimum of 1 year experience using Epic EMR. So make sure if you know Epic, add that to your resume. Also, if you don't have Epic experience at your current job or previous jobs, but you knew of Epic in nursing school, I would still add Epic to your resume. Must be currently enrolled or eligible for enrollment as a Medicare provider, primary care experience and behavioral health experience, ability to treat both acute and chronic care conditions, should be tech savvy, proactive, organized, detail oriented, and have telemedicine experience, clean background in medical malpractice history, and willing to work weekend hours, 36 hours per week between 7 a.m. and 9 p.m., Sunday, Saturday, and one weekday. And the compensation is $150,000 to $170,000 per year.